One, two, three, audio testing. One, two, three, audio testing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's class. Today is May 27th, and today is our last conversation class. Today is May 27th, and for this particular class session, the teacher has sent two stories about simple past and you have received them in your private WhatsApp. All you have to do is read the two stories, okay? And that should be all for today. Some of you are still working on pre-recordings that were not turned in, so I appreciate that. For example, Natalie is working on this presentation, which is only in this case you are working with the verb to be, okay, since that's what we learn in the Pearson platform module. Okay, so today all of you have turned in your pre-recording, so all I have to do is play them, okay, and that should be all for today. So let's begin.
Got to have a good time. We ate parrillada, which is a carne asada. And we went to a forest to inspect a little. The weather was very pleasant. There was a small waterfall. And we had a great time. We were there all day until 6 p.m. and we returned to the city. But it wasn't possible to celebrate much because there were many contagions of COVID. And that is why some parties were banned. Most of them did so virtually on Facebook. And before the COVID, parties were held for a whole week, showing our culture, gastronomy, and concerts. A rule of my city is that when the festivities approach, it is mandatory that the historic center of the city repaints the White House following. Uh, I am not sad, I am happy. Flowers aren't ugly, they are beautiful. Ice cream isn't hot, it is cold. Lemons aren't sweet, they are sour. This exercise isn't difficult, it is easy. A piano isn't light, it is heavy. Elephants aren't small, they are big. They are big. My shoes aren't clean, they are dirty. 2. Read the following with the correct answer. 1. The heart is round. Diamonds aren't cheap. 3. pylons are soft. 4. Violin isn't heavy. 5. Turtles are slow. 6. Chocolate is sweet. 7. A rose isn't ugly. 8. Bananas aren't blue. Describe your city. Is your city large or small? My city is small. Is your city old or modern? My city is as both. Both. Is your city clean or dirty? My city is clean. Is your city dangerous or safe? My city is safe. And is your city boring or interesting? My city is a little boring sometimes. And my city is very warm. It is a small but a very beautiful city. It is the capital of Bolivia. It is of the cleanest cities in Bolivia. It is actually quite safe since it is small and everything is now in the city and from to time one can do different things.
Last week, Beth baked a cake for Lily's birthday party. Lily wanted a strawberry cake with pink frosting. Beth was happy to bake the cake. First, Beth mixed the ingredients in a big bowl. Next, she poured the cake batter into 4 round baking pans. She put the pans in the oven. Finally, she baked the cakes for 20 minutes. Then Beth prepared the pink frosting. After the cakes cooled, Beth stacked them and covered them with frosting. Beth wrote Lily's name on top with white frosting. She put 7 candles in the cake. On Sunday, Beth surprised Lily with the strawberry cake. Lily loved her cake. Lily had many gifts for her birthday, but Lily said her cake was the best gift of them all. What happened? On Saturday, the Jason family shopped for a Christmas tree. They got in the car. They drove to the tree farm. Free Mr. and Mr. Jason uh, uh, walked around the tree farm with their kids. The Jason family looked at the trees. They looked at the trees and short trees. They looked at fat trees and skinny trees. They looked at every tree on the farm. They wanted the perfect tree. The Jason kids finally found the perfect tree. It wasn't too tight or too short. It wasn't too fat or too skinny. The tree was exactly what they wanted. It, it, it was the perfect Christmas tree.
Thank you very much, Pavel. Now, the main goal of this simple past story is that for students to identify the correct pronunciation of the regular verbs ending with ed. Okay, so for example, shopped, shopped, drove, walked, walked, not walked, walked, looked, looked, okay, wanted, wanted, id, okay, with the id sound. So this is the main goal of this story, okay, to identify and say correctly the verbs in simple past correctly, okay. Thank you very much. Now let's continue with Pavel. Sorry, Gabriel Genesis presentation.
The Jackson family shopped for a Christmas tree. They got in the car. They drove to the tree farm. Mr. and Mr. Johnson walked around the tree farm with their kids. The Johnson family looked at all the trees. They looked at tall trees and short trees. They looked at fat trees and skinny trees. They looked at every tree on the farm. They wanted the perfect tree. The Johnson kids finally found the perfect tree. It wasn't too tall or too short. It wasn't too fat or too skinny. The tree was exactly wanted. It was the perfect Christmas tree.
Thank you very much, Pavel. Your pronunciation has improved. You are getting better when pronouncing these regular verbs. Okay, so now it is my turn to read it out loud. That way, students can have an idea. Who were they? What did they do? What happened? On Saturday, the Jensen family shopped for a Christmas tree. They got in the car, they drove to the tree farm. Mr. and Miss Jensen walked around the tree farm with their kids. The Jensen family looked at all the trees. They looked at tall trees and short trees. They looked at fat trees and skinny trees. They looked at every tree on the farm. They wanted the perfect tree. The Jensen kids finally found the perfect tree. It wasn't too tall or too short. It wasn't too fat or too skinny. The tree was exactly what they wanted. It was the perfect Christmas tree. Now let's continue with the other story.
What happened? Last week, Beth baked a cake for little birthday party. Lily wanted a strawberry cake with pinky frosting. Beth was happy to bake the cake. First, Beth mixed the ingredients in the big bowl. Next, she poured the cake batter into 4 round baking pans. She put the pans in the oven. Finally, she baked the cakes for 20 minutes. Then Beth prepared the pink frosting. After the cakes cooled, Beth stacked and covered the rich frosting. Beth wrote little names on top with white frosting. She put 7 candles in the cake. On Sunday, Beth surprised Lily with the strawberry cake. Lily loved her cake. Lily had many gifts for her birthday, but Lily said her cake was the best gift on the hour.
Thank you very much, Gabriel. Your fluency has improved when it comes to reading. So I appreciate you participating into today's last presentation class. So let the teacher read it. That way you guys can have um, another approach of how to read and how to pronounce certain words. Okay, so simple past story. Who is she? What did she do? What happened? Last week, Beth baked a cake for Lily's birthday party. Lily wanted a strawberry cake with pink frosting. Beth was happy to bake the cake. First, Beth mixed the ingredients in a big bowl. Next, she poured the cake batter into 4 round baking pans. She put the pans in the oven. Finally, she baked the cakes for 20 minutes. Then, Beth prepared the pink frosting. After the cakes cooled, Beth stacked them and covered them with frosting. Beth wrote Lily's name on top with white frosting. She put 7 candles in the cake. On Sunday, Beth surprised Lily with the strawberry cake. Lily loved her cake. Lily had many gifts for her birthday, but Lily said her cake was the best gift of them all. All right, my dear students, this will conclude our 7 conversation classes. I appreciate Natalie, Pavel, and Gabriel Genesis for turning in today's presentation. Well done. Thank you very much. And I am looking forward to seeing you tomorrow in our Pearson platform in order to conclude the last unit, which is unit 5. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow.